Welcome back, everyone, to another video from Movies and TVs on the Ball, and welcome to my review of Ryan Gosling, Hey Girl, in Project Hail Mary, a 2026 sci-fi film written by, which was based on the book written by the writer of The Martian. This film is directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. If you know those names, you know that they are probably best known for films such as the Lego Movie and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I think this is like their first, film into science fiction. You have Ryan Gosling, who we all know from Young Hercules. He plays a scientist or an astronaut named, get the names right, named Ryland Grace, who is he wakes up out of being in like hypersleep, and and he finds out that there's kind of a substance in this substance that a mysterious substance that's going to be coming and killing Earth, and he's the one to do it. This film feels like, I think with that type of premise, it sounds like an action film, and I feel like this film takes it to the point of being very calm in the same ways as The Martian did, whereas the in this one it's doom and gloom, and you think it's kind of got more of an action adventure feel to it. Like when you go the title for itself is called Project Hail Mary. I feel like this film really works because I think I think it coasts pretty well on Ryan Gosling's charm. I like the fact that he makes a really big connection with uh, with a robot, and that he and the robot kind of communicate pretty well. Yeah, this film, as I've said before, it's got, because it's such because it's written by the same guy who wrote The Martian. There's a lot of him talking, doing a lot of video diarying, talking and giving pretty much people the exposition. This is a very strong film. I really like the camaraderie between Ryan Gosling and the robot. The alien, excuse me. That there's really a really good relationship with that. There's sort of a kind of a ticking time bomb with the sun. I think this film really works well. We have Sandra Hüller, who plays Eve Schuyler. You know Sandra Hüller from films such as Anatomy of a Fall, and she's kind of the back on Earth, giving him sort of exposition, telling him that he needs, come back home, kind of thing. We see a lot of Ryan Gosling's looking through his I just saw this movie. Looking through his past and kind of connecting with it. And I like how that's what I liked about this film. Is I like the fact that this film, it does. I think the way the movie works to give exposition. Now it's based on a book, so I'm not sure if the book really gives you sort of the chronological timeline between before he goes into space and while he's in space. But the way the film works is it kind of goes back and forth. We see him out on the kind of back at NASA working on kind of trying to decide how to get to Earth or get through, get to the spaceship and how it'll work. And is he the best man for the job? Kind of thing. And then it kind of cuts back to him in sort of chronological stasis and being in a spaceship by himself. I really like how, Ryan Gosling, you could tell, I think, watching him for 2 hours being by himself really makes him work, or really makes he's really doing really. He's, I wouldn't say coasting on charm, but he's bringing it, and I think this is a great. Um, I think he's bringing the charm to it very well. I like how we got to go back and forth, which is something we really didn't see in The Martian. But I think that and the reason why I'm bringing up The Martian is I feel like even though they're just written by the same author, this would be a really good um, double feature matinee DVD pack, Martian and Project Hail Mary, because I think they work very well, and I like how we get to see, it is the lone survival in space storyline, and in a way I feel like it's kind of done again, but I think this one's done very strongly. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller really make this work really well, and I think you got to give it props. And I do like the fact that we get to see a lot in this film. We cut to sort of Ryan Gosling as a teacher and seeing how he does his, how he teaches and talks about astrophysics and really wants to get the kids excited. And the relationship, you really do feel a relationship with the robot, or with the robot and him. I think it works really well, and I think that's what's the strong bond between this film. And this would probably be a good triple. This is not Ryan Gosling's first time in space. He was also in the film First Man, where he played Neil Armstrong, and I think that would be a really good triple feature between this Project Hail Mary and First Man, Project Hail Mary, and The Martian. But that's just kind of me. I think Phil Lord, they really make it work really well. It's the cinematography is amazing. I think that I think that we see a lot. We see the harrowingness of this, the bonding friendship between the alien and Ryan Gosling really works very well. Like, you really, there is a really good, friendship that really brings it to. I think it's a really strong film. The acting's great. It does feel a little bit like I think this film really works. I think it coasts on Ryan Gosling's charm, but I think it works really well. I think it works. I think Phil Lord and the directors, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, bring a lot of comedy to it. They're really good with the comedy. I think if you know their work, they did the Lego Movie. They also did 21 Jump Street, so they know their comedy. And I think I like how they really kind of can take this serious but fun. And I think seeing that it's done by kind of the same writer of The Martian, and it works really well. So Project Hail Mary, I give it a I give it an A on my 1 to 100 scale. I'm putting in the section of a 89 to 90. I still think that it's I think what works is the charm of the characters. I really liked the I think the relationship between him and the robot's really good, and I really liked the cast. I think the cast is really strong in this film. But this is kind of my first look at Project Hail Mary. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe. Peace. And if there's any, and what's your thoughts on it? Do you think this would work great with a double feature with The Martian? I think that, I think that I really liked how, I really like this film. I think it works really strong. It's a good matinee film. It's a good sci-fi. It's in that kind of category of sci-fi, but it's sort of I wouldn't say whimsical sci-fi, but more of that space kind of where it's isolation space sci-fi. So check this out. If it comes out on DVD, watch this with The Martian. I think it would be a perfect double feature. Let me know in the comments below. IMDb has given this an 8.4, and Rotten Tomato has given this on their scale, a 95%. So this is a really strong film. I think the writer is the guy that wrote this movie is a really good writer. Check it out when it hits Amazon Prime. Buy it on Blu-ray, but I think this would work great with The Martian. So on my scale, as I said, my scale, that's my quick review of Project Hail Mary. So let me know in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe. Peace.